connecting the dots. So I wanna complete this whole summer of 10 weeks by connecting the dots, as Steve Jobs says. So what is the big picture in project management? So you initiate the project, okay? You initiate the project and then you have a plan. And then with that plan, project management plan, you have a scope, right? It can be a project scope, also product scope, and then you write your statement of work, of course, in discussion, in coordination with all the stakeholders. And then you brainstorm, you do some focus groups, some brainstorming, consulting interview, and you come up with your work breakdown structure. This is the first thing after scope and statement of work, like very helpful, that you really need to visualize and make it right the first time. You will update it, you can update it, you will update it, but it's really important to do this brainstorming and then coming up with a good, reflecting the reality WBS. And then the WBS dictionary goes along with it, with some more instructions, of course, some more details. And then it turns into a PERT chart. Okay, PERT chart is really helpful, and it has all the estimations, especially time. And cost estimations are usually in WBS. In PERT, we only have the durations and estimations for activities, right? And then using these estimates, using Simpson's rule or some historical data, your experience, focus groups, looking at what the company did in the previous projects, you come up with the select time. You calculate your select time, because it will identify the critical path, which has a lot of risks on it, right? So you want to always monitor the critical path, make sure everything goes well, because it affects your scheduling. Anything late on the critical path is delaying the project. So if you are 1 week late in one of the critical activities on the critical path, your project will be delivered 1 week later. And you come up with probabilities, because your program manager, your portfolio manager, your CEO, your director, your board will ask you like questions like, can you finish early? What's the confidence level, right? So you want to be able to answer those kind of questions and queries. So you want to calculate your probabilities. And monitor and control is basically like everywhere on this slide, right? You always want to monitor and control your progress. Think about it. You started your day and you are late, let's say. At 9 a.m. you are late. Don't you want to know that you're late? Well, you're late, but at least when you know you're late, you can move around and reschedule, reshuffle, and then you can be back on track again. So monitoring and controlling is really everywhere on this slide. And if you think you're gonna be late, if the project deliverables are getting late, then you wanna fast track it, crash it. You wanna compress your project, right? Be mindful with the risks that we covered, and then you're gonna complete the project. Okay, that's actually the big picture I want you to remember, like all the steps. Sometimes your project will last 1 week, sometimes 1 year, sometimes 10, 20 years. So, but that is gonna be always the big picture. It's a lot of challenge for project managers. That's why project management is highly sought after position, and companies and programs are looking for skilled project managers. That's why I recommend you to go ahead and get your PMP certification. It's not easy, but that's actually the book most of the universities are using. You can get some of the exam preparation. Harold Kersner's book is not specifically for PMP, okay? So that's to understand your project management domain. But PMP exam preparations and PMBOK guide is what really PMP seeks after, okay? You want to be able to grab one of these books, get study, attend some more webinars, and to see what are the test taking techniques you can develop over time beside the content knowledge. Then you want to improve your test taking skills, and get the certification will secure you a lot of good positions, okay?